Then the soldiers of the governor took Jesus into the governor's headquarters, and they gathered the whole cohort around him. They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him, and after twisting some thorns into a crown, they put it on his head. They put a reed in his right hand and knelt before him and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" They spat on him and took the reed and struck him on the head. After mocking him, they stripped him of the robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him away to crucify him.
Most of us probably haven't seen a coronation of a king or queen in real life, not the kind of thing I tend to get invited to. But perhaps you, like me, have watched The Crown on Netflix. Back in season 1, we saw the crowning of Queen Elizabeth II, and we get a little snapshot of the pomp and ceremony and symbolism of her coronation. There's the orb with the cross, a symbol of her appointment as God's ruler on earth. The scepter given to her as an expectation of her good governance and rule. The crimson road with a 4-metre train, a nod to the glory of great empires of the past. A royal coronation is full of symbolism. As Christians, we call Jesus king, but the closest we get to a coronation is in fact his crucifixion. In these 5 verses Fiona has just read for us, in a painful twist of irony, it's these mocking soldiers who serve as Christ's royal courtiers. They strip him and dress him in a scarlet robe. They crown him in thorns. They swap scepter for a reed in his right hand, and they kneel before him saying, "Hail, King of the Jews," they mock. He must have been a wretched sight, a body bloodied and beaten, his face disfigured, his life ebbing away. What kind of king is this? Matthew doesn't want us to miss the symbolism here. All the gospel writers record this. Jesus is, in fact, just the kind of king he's meant to be. He's just the kind of king he's lived his entire life as. Willingly letting go of his equality with God to be born as a human, as a slave. Willingly fulfilling promises made about his silent suffering some 700 years before his birth. Willingly submitting to his Father's plan to rescue humanity from sin and death. Obedient to the point of his own death. Even death on a cross. Earlier, when he was arrested in our first reading, Jesus said with a word he could appeal to his Father, and he will at once send more than 12 legions of angels to protect his life. And yet to do that would be to ignore scripture that says it must happen this way. The rescue plan would not be fulfilled if it doesn't happen. So this mock coronation is in fact preparation for the crowning glory of King Jesus, the pinnacle of his self-sacrificial service. Who is Jesus? Matthew wants us to see that he is king. He's the author of amazing love. He's the Son of God, given for me. Thanks, Dave.
My Lord, what love is this that pays so dearly that I, the guilty one, may go free? And amazing love, oh, what sacrifice the Son of God given for me. My debt He paid, and my death He died, that I might live, that I might live. And so they watched Him die, despised, rejected, but oh, the blood He shed flowed for me. Amazing love, oh what sacrifice the Son of God given for me. My debt He pays, and my death He dies, that I might live, that I might live. And now this love of Christ shall flow like rivers. Come wash your guilt away, live again. Amazing love, oh what sacrifice the Son of God gave for me. My debt He pays, and my death He died, that I might live, that I might live, that I might live, that I might live.